Wagwan, this is Kerriann from Kerriann's Cravings. Welcome back to my channel. Today in the kitchen, I'm going to be making my ultimate macaroni and cheese pie. I'm talking about a 6-cheese macaroni pie. It's going to be so creamy, so cheesy. It's going to be so good. You are not going to want to miss this, so stick around and let's get started. So to get started, you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. Next, I'm going to add some salt to 4 quarts of water, and I'm going to bring that to a boil on high heat. Now, once your water has come to a boil, you want to go ahead and add your pasta. For this particular recipe, I'm going to be using the elbow macaroni. The choice of macaroni is completely up to you. So now that we have our macaroni in our pot, we want to bring this back to a boil and allow it to cook for about 9 to 10 minutes on medium heat. Now, I don't want my macaroni to be completely cooked because later on in the cooking process, we are going to be finishing the macaroni and cheese in our oven. You also want to keep stirring your macaroni periodically to ensure even cooking and to keep the pasta from clumping together or sticking at the bottom of the pot. So we've arrived at that 9-minute mark and we want to go ahead and check our macaroni for doneness. So remember, at this point, we want it to be slightly underdone, not completely cooked. So this is perfect. There are still a few hard pieces in there. So we're going to go ahead and remove our macaroni from our heat source. Next, we're going to drain our macaroni and set it aside. So now that our macaroni is done, we want to go ahead and start building our cheese sauce. I'm going to be using the same pot I used to cook the macaroni. So now we're going to start by melting our butter on a low heat setting. Next, we're going to add our heavy cream, which is going to give it that beautiful creamy texture. Then I'm going to follow it up with some evaporated milk, not condensed milk. This is going to give it such a nice flavor. Next, I'm adding a half block of plain cream cheese, which is going to add such a nice flavor to our macaroni and cheese. Then I'm going to follow that up with 1 cup of my Four Cheese Fiesta Blend, 1 cup Sharp Cheddar, and 1 cup of Mozzarella Cheese. Now, the Mozzarella Cheese is going to give you that nice cheese pull, so you definitely don't want to leave it out. Also, don't worry about writing everything down. I'm going to list all the ingredients in the video description for you. So while our cheese are melting, we want to go ahead and beat our eggs and set it aside. The eggs are going to act as a binding agent. It's going to hold our macaroni and cheese later on. It's going to give it structure, so it has that nice, firm consistency that we're looking for. Next, I'm going to add some finely diced mixed bell peppers to our cheese sauce. Guys, this is going to add such a nice flavor. I promise you, it will not overwhelm your macaroni and cheese. It's going to be so good. Next, we're going to temper our eggs into our cream sauce. This prevents it from clumping and forming little bits of scrambled eggs in your cream sauce, which nobody wants. So you'll continue to add your eggs slowly until all your eggs have been incorporated into your cheese sauce. So now we're adding half cup of each of our cheeses to our cheese sauce, and we're going to use the rest later to top our macaroni and cheese just before we place it in the oven. Look how beautiful and creamy that is. It's going to be so good. So now we want to add our macaroni to our cheese sauce, and we're going to add it slowly and in batches just to ensure that all our macaroni has been coated completely in our cheese sauce. Now this is perfect. This is exactly how we want it to look at this point. So next we're going to add some garlic powder, and then we're going to follow that up with some onion powder for some extra flavor. Now that's it for our cheese sauce. Look how beautiful and luxurious and creamy that is. So now we're going to pour our macaroni and cheese in our baking pan. So then we're going to top it with the remainder of our cheese for a nice cheesy finish. So now we're going to stick this in the oven and allow it to cook for 35 minutes on 350 degrees. I'm also making a personal size mac and cheese that I'm going to top with some cheese and stick in the oven as well. So we're at the 30-minute check mark, and this is our mac and cheese fresh out the oven. It looks and smells amazing. So I want to create a nice crispy layer for my mac and cheese. So I'm going to take some plain panko breadcrumb and combine it with some melted butter. So the butter is going to give a nice flavor, but it will also prevent our breadcrumb from burning too quickly when we place our mac and cheese back into the oven. So now you want to sprinkle this all over the top of our mac and cheese, just like I'm doing here. Next, I'm going to increase my oven temperature to 500 degrees, and I'm going to stick this back in the oven for 5 minutes. And I'm doing the same to this one as well. So now we're going to add some fresh parsley for garnish. And there you have it, my loves, the best mac and cheese of your life. My 6 cheese ultimate macaroni and cheese is outrageously cheesy, it's ultra creamy, and it's topped with a crunchy buttery panko topping. What more could you ask for in a macaroni and cheese? This is a must try and a definite crowd pleaser. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in and hanging out with me today, and I hope you will give this recipe a try as well as give this video a thumbs up. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, I invite you to subscribe now and hit that notification bell. As always, one love and stay blessed, my friend.